Alright, hello everybody. I'm Eddie Vegas and welcome to part 2 of this video review of PKR. In the first part of my video review we covered the interface, and this time we're going to get into the meat of the situation, that is to say the actual gameplay. And I think some of you that are used to a Full House poker are going to be pleasantly surprised. So without further ado, let's get right to it. We have a lot of stuff to cover and not much time to cover it in. Okay, so we flip over to practice tables here, and here we have all the different games that are available, and we're going to go ahead and join this table, and it looks like I can sit here, so I'm going to sit here, and the game is going to open up. I just have to click on sit here and the game will open up. Alright, let's go ahead and buy in for $400. This is my play money, of course. And just a word about the play money before we get going is that you do not have unlimited play money. You just have $1,000. If you run out of play money, they're going to give you $1,000, and $1,000 is not even enough to buy in a tournament, so you have to play some cash games if you want to get enough money to play in a tournament. So you can't be just knocking off your money. You've got to be careful with your money. So to get started, what we're going to do is we're just going to be away from the table so that I can show you all the different stuff that's available. And let's start down here in the bottom left hand corner where the interface is. You can set the size of the interface if you think it's too big, and you can also blow up the size of the interface to read it easier. Over here in the overview we have all the different cameras that you can use, and here, since it's all in 3D, you're going to see that we have lots of different views, the north view, the south view, all this stuff. Something that's really interesting is the first person view. First person view will switch the camera, if you want, to the action as people are making moves and stuff like that, and there you can see that it's flipping around and you're looking at the different people. I'm sorry about the I'm back box, but since I don't really want to be disturbed by the interface, the betting interface, you just have to look at it. Okay, so we have the first person view, and another really cool view is the dynamic view. The dynamic view is more of a TV view like you're used to seeing on TV, such as a World Poker Tour or something like that. The camera will switch as if there is a producer that's flipping between the different cameras and showing the faces and reactions of all the different people. And as you can see, it is actually quite cool. You've got a little pan there, you're switching back and forth between the different people, and it's pretty darn cool. I kind of like it, although the only bad thing about this is that sometimes the amount that it's in the pot is hidden, and that's something that I don't really like about it. There we go, Je suis pigeon, he just shoved all in, and so there we go. Okay, so we've taken care of that. Here you can buy more chips. If you have more chips, you can go ahead and add to your stack. Let's just go up here really quickly and cover all this stuff here. This allows you to leave the table. Here you can go to the lobby. The cashier is not very interesting, and the help's not very interesting. Okay, over here we have a readout of the kind of game, the hand, the stakes, the money, and this interface will change quite a bit when you're in a tournament. It can show the amount of time left in the level, how much the levels are, who is the big stack, who's the short stack, and what's the average stack. So this is really interesting. You can also hide this, and also I forgot to say that here is your little, you get a little light here showing the stability of your connection, and it's very nice because it will just flip over to green or orange or red depending on how good your connection is. Okay, over here, as I've already done away from table, you can also choose to always muck your losing hands. In other words, you're never going to show your cards no matter what, and never show uncalled hands means that you have no chance to be able to show your cards if you're the last person in the pot. Sometimes you want to show your cards to show what cards you're laying down, and if you don't, if you check this, you'll never do that. Auto post blinds means you're always going to be putting in automatically your blinds and all that good stuff, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Here we have an excellent feature which is sorely missing from Full House Poker. sets the hand history. So like if I said, what happened in that last hand, we just have to click on the last hand and we see all the information here. Everything is color-coded, which is actually really cool. In other words, when somebody calls, it's in green. When somebody raises, it's in yellow. And you have the chat here in blue. And if I remember correctly, yes, well, in fact, it's not happening here, but when somebody goes all in, it's in red. And you've got your flop, you get the action afterwards, so you can completely go over the previous hand and see exactly what people did. So that's really cool. And here's the winning hand, and it shows what the flop was and the cards that entered into the decision of who won the pot. So that's really, really, really cool. Okay, down here we have the chat. Well, everybody seems to have left, so I'll just go ahead and join another table once I'm done. But actually this works out really good because this way I can show all the different stuff that you can do without having anybody bothering me. Here's the chat. You can also show the stats of how you played, and well, in fact, I haven't played any hands, but here you can see how much you've seen pre-flop, which actually will show you your VPIP, which is really cool. Well, in fact, it's not exactly VPIP because it will show when you see pre-flop when you have the big button. But it's more or less your VPIP minus a little bit, and all the different levels. So it kind of allows you to kind of keep track of when you win, when you lose, and how loose you are and how tight you are. This flips me back to the chat. And here you can set everything that you want to show in terms of whether you want to see the player chat, the observer chat, the emote chat, and everything like that. So you can pretty much configure it the way you want. Okay, let's get down to here, and this stuff is really cool. Although, unfortunately, since I'm the only person at the table, I can't really show you, but I'm just going to go rapidly through it. Here are the different attitudes that you can have when you're at the table, and this is going to be reflected in your demeanor and in the way you talk at the table. You can set yourself, for example, to sad if you've been losing. You can set yourself to angry if you just got a bad beat, and you can set yourself to happy if you're winning, and then you can put yourself to casual or neutral, which is really cool. Like I say, it's going to affect the way you react at the table, and this is kind of an emote sort of thing, just like in Full House Poker, except it's a lot better and it's a lot easier to use. Here you have your emotes. I've turned off the sound. I'm going to go ahead and flip mine back because we're almost done. Here we have the I'm going to go ahead and check this. Here we have all the different ways that you can talk. These are the emotes. I'll go ahead and check here. Here are all the different emotes. And as you can see, we have a huge amount of emotes. So everything that you can click on here, your avatar is going to say it. And you have 3 different presets that you can set up. All these 3 buttons are exactly the same. I'm going to go ahead and bet $10 since I'm busy doing this. Here you have your chip tricks. Let's see. I think I win. Okay. So here you have your chip tricks, and you can buy more chip tricks in the lobby with PKR points that you get when you're winning. Okay, so let's just get rid of this and let's get to really what's interesting is the interface for betting. So now I have 2 jacks. I can simply and easily raise it to 2.5 the big blind by clicking on a button, and here it says raise. And now we're going to be looking at my opponent, Ribaloo, and she calls. And now here we go with the pot. Okay, I still have top pair. Ribaloo is thinking about it. She checks. I can look at my cards. Now check this out. I check my cards here. And now these numbers here indicate how much I want to bet. I'm going to bet 33.33 because I have a top pair. And now Ribaloo is thinking about it. And over here we have the bars. And the bars indicate whose action it is and who is going to be acting. So I still have top pair. So now this time I'm going to go ahead and bet 2/3 the pot again. I still have top pair, and although I haven't really been looking, so here now I'm going to go ahead and show. See, I had you beat. I had 2 jacks. So this is really cool. This by far is the way coolest part of PKR, is that you get this really like a TV sort of view that you can easily fold your hand. I'm going to go ahead and fold this, and you get a total readout of exactly what's happening on the table. There's the King 7-2 rainbow. I folded ace 3. I forgot to show you the most useful, actually 2 cameras that are very interesting. The orbit camera allows you to set the view exactly the way you want to set it with the mouse, and you can pull back and you can actually zoom in or zoom out with the mouse and the mouse wheel. So this allows you to kind of set the camera exactly the way you want. But by far the most useful view is the overview. And the overview is really the choice, basically the choice that you want to make. Okay, we have another good hand, so let's go ahead and play it. And you can also click in the button, and you can set some kind of weird amount, like I'm going to type 35, and I'm going to go ahead and bet 35. So just clicking on the little thing there and typing an amount, and you can set exactly how much you want to bet, which is really, really, really cool. Alright, it's up to me. I can take a look at my cards here. Let me see, I don't have anything, so I check. And they check behind, so now I'm looking at my cards again, and I actually have a draw. I could get a jack or maybe an ace, so I'm going to bluff at the pot. I'm going to bet 3/4 of the pot. I'm going to go ahead and bluff. And it says yellow, bluff. And we get a call from Morgan. Alright, and it's up to me, and I have I still have nothing, so I'm going to go ahead and give up on the hand. I'm going to just go ahead and check. And she had a 6, and I had to show my ace queen. Okay, well, that was pretty cool. And here in the chat, here we have all the stuff and all the chat and everything. Everything's color-coded. It's really, really, really cool. So let me see. I'll just take a look at my hand. I'm going to go ahead and call the $5 because I have a queen 10. And you can see the action moves around the table. He calls. And we're heads up to the flop because we can see there's 2 people in the pot. It's up to me to act, and you can see my little bar running down here. I'm going to go ahead and bet 3/4 of the pot. I know I'm bluffing, but I just want to show the betting interface. And I folds, and I can click don't show. And there we go, so I win $20. The interface is really, really, really cool. Those of you that are used to Full House Poker are really going to be surprised at how cool this is. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, you can also ask for more time. And the orange chat means that they are spectators. Okay, so I look at my cards, and I'm going to pull these. The blue means that they're chatting. And you can also ask for more time. If you have a tough decision, you can click on the button, and you're going to get an extra time, so you can think really seriously about what you want to do, which is sorely missing from Full House Poker as well. Okay. Well, I think that pretty much covers it. I certainly hope I'm under 15 minutes here. And at any rate, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions about the interface, feel free to leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and to follow and Twitter and Facebooky and whatever the hell it is. So, I'm Eddie Vegas. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all real soon with more videos. Bye-bye.